Hello everyone and welcome back to BBQ Basketball. I'm Andrew Williamson.
And I'm Kendall Capps.
We're here to break down some of the NBA playoff action for you whilst cooking delicious barbecue dinner.
Yeah, why not? How about we start in the East? We've already got one game down in the Eastern Conference Finals between the Chicago Bulls, Miami Heat. Miami coming in with a lot of momentum, able to put away Boston in 5, and they just don't look the same team against the Bulls in Game 1.
Well, and you have to wonder if they're having a little bit of a letdown now. They're on the road in Game 1, and they had that big rivalry with Boston. They beat the Heat last year, but they beat LeBron's Cavs last year. I don't know. I think Derrick Rose, he's been the MVP. But a lot of people, I think, probably assume LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are the two best players in the league, but they're on the same team.
Yeah, which would be in the series, but so far it hasn't really played out that way.
It's starting to look like Derrick Rose may have a legitimate case of being the best player in the NBA.
Well, at the beginning of the postseason, I really thought Chicago would be able to make the run to the finals if they ran into Miami, which I thought they would. I figured their athleticism down low. Boston didn't have a lot of guys on the perimeter that could be able to cover someone else had to help their man. There were so many layups given up by the Boston Celtics on the interior that Chicago has the depth in size down low.
And they've got the defense to cover those role players like James Jones and Mario Chalmers, guys that were really hurting the Celtics. I don't think are going to hurt the Bulls as much. And the way that team's rebounding, the Heat have got to find some presence down low if they want to have a chance.
And will the real Boozer please stand up? He is standing up right now. He's really turning it on the last few games in the postseason after many years of frustration and not performing up to what people thought he might do.
And he was a little bit hurt, they're saying, in the first couple series. Maybe that played a part. Maybe he just got angry and tired of people saying he didn't play in the playoffs, but he's definitely stepping up now.
Yes. Well, how about the rest of the series?
I like the Bulls. I think the Bulls are going to take this in 6. I thought that before the first game. I haven't seen anything to dissuade me yet. I do think the Heat might be able to extend it if they can steal the second game in Chicago, but the way this team's built, I just think it plays to the weaknesses of the Heat.
It does, and especially with the depth, not only having Boozer, but Luol Deng, who's playing at the same level he played at a couple of years ago before he got hurt. Taj Gibson coming off the bench. They have a bunch of guys that they can keep fresh out there. I think Miami will be able to extend this series. You know what, LeBron and Wade, they're going to find ways to win games at the end of a couple games. They've finally gotten over that in the Boston series. They're going to push it to 7, but I had Chicago going to the finals from the beginning. Got to stick with what I had. I got the Bulls.
All right, well, how about in the Western Conference? The Dallas Mavericks about to kick off against the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got the Mavericks, the older team. Maybe they like a little rest, but they got 9 days of rest. Is that too much?
It very well might be. You take a look at this series, and you have a young team in Oklahoma City. They're coming off not much rest, but with those young legs that they have, it shouldn't affect them nearly as much. In the 9-day layoff, that's a lot of time to just be practicing and not playing NBA action when you were playing at the level that they were playing at that time.
Yeah, but I think that Dallas is a veteran team. Guys like Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki, they know how to hit shots. I think they'll come out shooting. It might take them a half to get back into it. But against this Thunder team, the way they're playing, a half might be too much.
Yeah, it could be. And for the most part, they've been hitting so many threes. They've been taking over 30 threes a game in the postseason, and they're hitting them at a high frequency. Will that be able to hold up? I don't think so. I liked Oklahoma City going to the finals, and I can't back away now.
Well, and I don't know that Dallas really has anybody who can contend with Russell Westbrook the way he's playing. When he's passing the ball, when he's thinking pass first, that team is almost impossible to beat. Now, he does occasionally take a few too many shots.
Yep.
But when he's passing and put up a triple-double in Game 7 against Memphis, that team's going to be tough.
Well, and you look at what he did in Game 6 and in some of their other losses in the postseason, and he had more shots than Durant. He might have even had more points than Durant. Whereas you look at Game 7, 14 points, 14 assists. So he's dishing the ball as well as getting some good looks. That's where he's best suited. You know Durant's going to show up. It should be a great series, but I like OKC in 7 on the road.
Yeah, I like OKC as well. I think they'll take it maybe in 6 even. And I like the way you were wondering who's going to step up and be that third scorer now that Jeff Green's gone to Boston and James Harden coming through and hitting big shots. If that continues, I think Oklahoma City really presents a big problem for Dallas.
And it would create a great NBA final. Chicago, OKC, I had it. Not too many people had it, but there's still 7 games to go, so we'll see then. Well, for Andrew Williamson, I'm Kendall Capps. See you guys here next time on BBQ Basketball.
Except I didn't
almost
turn
said
the
Fireside
dogs
Sports.
at all.
I said BBQ Basketball.
No, they're all right.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, they're a little burnt.
There was a couple spots in there I didn't really like, but
I hit the chip
okay.
bowl, but yeah, it was good. Oh yeah, they're definitely a little darker than they should be.
that's right. Dark is good.
Well, yeah, but dark on one side ain't.
I'm gonna turn my mic off.